I'm Tanae Kroom. The Baptist Ministers Conference of Pittsburgh and Vicinity held a very uplifting Martin Luther King Day program at Central Baptist Church in the Hill District. Rousing remarks were given by keynote speaker Bishop Walter Thomas of New Psalmist Baptist Church in Baltimore.
You're gonna look for me, and I'll be going. Said I'm going to a place where there will be nothing left to do but simply walk around heaven all day.
There was a very uplifting Martin Luther King Day ceremony held tonight. Can you tell me what was the reason for having this? I know it's Martin Luther King Day, but what did you hope to get from this day today, this whole ceremony today?
Well, for me, I believe for me, for the churches, for the community, it was a call to action. That we have to pick up the mantle, we have to do what King has summoned us to do, and it is a call to go out and represent those who don't have a voice, and to be there for the underserved and the underprivileged, the marginalized, the left out, and the least of these. And so tonight was a call for action for us. To really gather up our gear and to get back in the march and do what we continue to do what we need to do and fight for civil rights and human rights on so many different levels now, not just in terms of racial issues.
And this is I guess, a collaboration, yes, of ministers.
Yes.
An organization. Can you talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, the Baptist Ministers Conference is a collaboration of pastors and ministers from Pittsburgh area and outside the Pittsburgh area. We call it Pittsburgh and Vicinity. We get together to meet once a week to just kind of do, as the Bible says, iron sharpens iron, strengthen each other in ministry so that we are able to do the work that we're called to do. Tonight was just one of the events that we do for the year, and our goal was to really rally the city around celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. King, something that we see our city has failed to do, and Pittsburgh being one of the most livable cities as they're being told now, to not do that is a travesty. To not honor Dr. King, to not have anything as a collaboration to honor him.
It is really surprising that Pittsburgh is one of the few cities that doesn't have a street or anything like that named after him.
Absolutely. And I think it certainly speaks to the mentality of the city, that and as much as this awesome giant of a leader has embraced and has embraced all people, and the nation has recognized such by giving him a national holiday. I think the least that we could do in the city of Pittsburgh is make an appeal to those powers that be to offer at least a street in his name. And that's also going to be our push. It will be our call to action to do those type of things as well, and to recognize, again, the life and legacy of Dr. King.
So are you working with the city, you're working with the mayor to try to get something like that done?
Well, it was our intention to work with the mayor. That's why we was looking for his support tonight. Unfortunately, he was not here for whatever reason. But we will be knocking on his door and ringing his phone to let him know that this is what we like to see. We would like the city of Pittsburgh to honor Dr. King.
And it may be even that, again, in the context, it is a tremendous context, because in the late 50s, early 60s, Dr. King preached here at the Central Baptist Church. And so why not a street in the Hill named after Dr. King? We can rename a street. And so why not a street here in the Hill District where he once stood and once preached the gospel to the flooding of the community, where there was no seats available and folks stood outside to listen. Why not do it here in the Hill District?
I was very inspired by Bishop Thomas' message, and one of the things that inspires me about it is I keep on my Facebook page a picture that Teenie Harris took in 1958, I believe, of Martin Luther King standing at this very same podium with Reverend Cornell Talley, who built Central Baptist. So to know about that picture and know his influence in this town at that time, and to be here at a commemorative service for Martin Luther King means a lot to me.
We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.